Welcome, everybody. Thanks for watching. Welcome to the CarCast, as I call it now. And hope you've had a great morning so far. So you've probably noticed that over the last several decades or so, our country has developed a system, and it's a really stupid system, but it's our system, and it works like this. Virtually every 18-year-old who graduates high school, no matter what their strengths are, no matter what their weakness is, no matter what they want to do with their life, even if they have no idea what they want to do with their life, it doesn't matter. What we say to all of them, no matter what, is you should all go to a four-year college. You should all go and spend $70,000 or more buying this education, and then you're going to spend the next 4 years or longer hanging out at an institution of higher learning where, yeah, you'll go to class and you'll take some tests, but most of the time you'll be partying, drinking, playing beer pong, having sex. So it'll be kind of like a fun vacation. And once you emerge from that at the age of 22, 23, 24, 25, you will be drowning in a river of debt and booze, but you will have no practical experience doing anything of value. You will not have learned how to live as an adult. You won't have paid bills. You won't be doing all the things that you do when you live on your own, not in a dorm room or something. So you're not going to have any of those skills. Well, you'll have no skill whatsoever, but you will have this piece of paper that you drove yourself into debt to acquire. And this is how young adults are emerging into the world. And we consider it perfectly normal. Emerge finally into the world with no experience, no skill, nothing on the resume, but with a mountain of debt and a piece of paper. But what happens? What do we find? Because we've pushed everyone into this field, and so everyone's coming out with a degree, with a 4-year degree, so it doesn't really mean anything anymore. All it means, if you have a 4-year bachelor's degree, it doesn't mean that you accomplished anything. It doesn't mean that you're particularly smart. I mean, no offense to those who have it, but it doesn't actually, all it means is that you were able to stay in college until eventually you got the degree. It didn't require necessarily a lot of work or intelligence or fortitude to purchase. It just basically required money, which you didn't have, but you took the debt anyway. So people are going out, they're emerging into the working world and discovering that, well, this piece of paper doesn't really amount to much, won't get me a job. So then you go back to school to get another degree, hoping that the debt from that degree will pay off the debt from the first degree that did you nothing. And if that doesn't work, then go back for another degree and basically just stay in school until you're 75. And what do? We just continue to fortify and to reinforce this artificial societal construct. We hear a lot about artificial social constructs. Well, gender is not a social construct, but this is. It's a social construct that we've created now where you basically have to have a PhD in like psychology in order to get a job working in the HR department at a Target store. You don't actually need, now that's an artificial need. We have created an artificial need for a degree. You don't actually need a business degree to go sit in a cubicle and type information into a computer all day. You could learn how to do that in one evening. You could spend 3 hours one evening and they could give you the basics of it and you could learn the whole job. You don't need 4 years and a degree to figure that out. So for the vast majority of jobs that require a 4-year degree, the requirement is artificial. We've just decided that you need it, but you don't actually need it. Now, ironically, as we have inflated this artificial need for a degree, colleges have become, or should be becoming, more and more irrelevant. Because the actual act of education, that is, acquiring knowledge, well, that you can do more and more on your own. Human beings are more empowered now than ever before to acquire knowledge completely on their own, because what we all have is we all have this. We have this thing, this device that we carry around in our pocket. And yes, it can be a portal into a cesspool of filth and stupidity. But if we use it the right way with discipline, it can also give us access to basically the accumulated knowledge of all mankind. All of the knowledge and information in the world you have in your pocket. Whatever information or knowledge you can acquire at college, I can find it here or in a book at a library. It hasn't always been that way, but now it is. But as college should be more irrelevant than ever, we have made it artificially more relevant than ever. So that's basically that. That's the system that we've established, and there are many problems with this system. I have criticized it many different ways, and we could talk about all those aspects. I'm sure I'll talk about them again in the future.